All right, welcome back, y'all. This is Jordan with Be Ready Self-Defense. I got Perrin with me. It's been a second. We did knife principles a long time ago. We started a series, I'll link it up here, where we have 2 videos going over our first principle, and then I have a couple videos going over just live knife defense drilling. So I just wanted to come back to this. Today we're gonna talk about principle number 2. Now, I'm not gonna really talk about principle number 1 much today, or the context of this knife defense scenario. Like, we're already past all like the pre-attack indicators, and we're already in a violent encounter, and I'm engaging with the knife. So we're not gonna get in that argument. Go and watch the first videos if you wanna talk more about that. But principle number 2 is going to be forward pressure. Now, our first 3 principles, I'll put them in the description, but they were intercepting, forward pressure, and 2-on-1 control. Now, these are very like interchangeable. Like, those 3 could kind of happen at any time, right? And forward pressure, our principle today, is kind of happening the whole entire time. It's throughout the engagement. But if we want to give sort of an order to things, forward pressure tends to be number 2. And what do I mean by forward pressure? So I've come in with some sort of interception, whatever it might be. I don't care what it is. Bah. Something ugly, it's not gonna be beautiful. So let's turn around. In order for Perrin to use this knife again, he has to reload it or retract it, right? In every knife video that we've watched, this happens, right? It's not gonna be like, right, it doesn't really happen. Any video we have ever watched, there is a reload, right? The idea of forward pressure is to kind of jam up this reload, as well as do a lot of other things, which we're gonna talk about. So once I've made, let me back up a little bit. Once I've made maybe my initial block, my interception, he needs to reload again. We're not gonna stand here and like, I want to kind of jam his reload so that when he does go back to reload, I'm still coming in. This is easier said than done in real time, of course, but that's the idea, is I'm not letting him get that retraction to come forward. And I'm not going to keep whatever kind of interception I did or catching or framing, I'm not just going to keep it here, right? It's not going to be go ahead and just reload and stab. It's not going to be like, we're not going to be like, it's not gonna be that, right? I don't want him to reload his gun. I don't want him to reload his knife so he can attack again. I'm trying to stop the reload as soon as possible and get 2-on-1. My forward pressure gets me into 2-on-1. So I said it helps us do other things. So that's part of it. It stops the reload, and forward pressure puts me into a position to get some sort of 2-on-1. It gets my body closer, lets me fill more space. It lets me get head control. Forward pressure might let me get my hips in. It helps to fill space and give me contact points. And the more points of contact I have, the more points of reference I have. The more I can feel his push-pull energy, the more I can feel if he really does retract super hard and I have to switch positions. So that forward pressure allows me to do that. If you don't believe me, try doing knife defense backing up. It's really difficult to do. But now let's do it again. Just by me stopping, by pulling my energy this way and bringing it sort of that way, at least by stopping. That made all the difference, yeah?
Yeah.
This is like self-defense 101. If he's the aggressor and I'm not, he wins 9 times out of 10. We gotta flip on the switch and be the aggressor instead. And part of that is, it's really hard to be the aggressor like this.
Yeah.
Right? You don't go to your first day of Muay Thai class and they teach you how to back up. Okay, drill for this. And to the untrained eye, this is gonna look, I don't want to say dumb, but I don't think they're gonna realize like the nuances of this drill and why it's important, but we're gonna do kind of our basic drill where Perrin gives me a different angle of attack and I intercept, principle number 1. But instead of like going to a 2-on-1 or something like that, I'm just gonna try and jam his reload as much as possible. So if we go real slow, maybe he comes overhand, I'm gonna try and jam his reload and he's gonna keep reloading and I'm just gonna keep my forward pressure as much as possible. I'm trying to make his reload as awkward wherever that is. If it's here, I'm trying to make his reload as awkward as I can make it and just drive him forward. Go, there's gonna be some, well, you guys aren't going very hard. You make a video, asshole. So, go again. Nice and hard, Perrin. Give me the reloads. Okay. And we're cutting each other, right? There are a couple. I kind of got him like on a little slice and stuff, but at least he's not just here like. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Close your eyes on this one. Hey. And a lot of this time we've been able to angle out, like, right? Like you could work this into create. I'm not amazing with gun or angles. I know a tiny bit, but you could use this if you really don't want to grapple. By all means, you can use your forward pressure to and whoop, draw, create angles, whatever. But it's gonna get into my head. I need to come forward, I need to intercept. I need to keep my pressure forward, jam the reload, get contact points. You saw us using our head a lot. And that either allows me to set up the rest of my knife defense or disengage, create angles, whatever it might be. And like, oh, well, what if Perrin cuts an angle? That's fine. Usually him cutting an angle allows me to cut an angle, right? Mm-hmm. So if I'm super forward and then Perrin cuts an angle, that's a good knife defense. That's what all the keyboard warriors say, just run away, right? Oh, that was it. There you go. If they cut an angle, fine. Usually him cutting an angle is gonna let me cut an angle somewhere else. Okay, y'all, that was knife principle number 2. Again, link to the knife defense series in the description. We'll try to do principle number 3, 2-on-1 control, very soon. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead, throw them down below. This is Jordan and Perrin with Be Ready Self-Defense. Oh, I forgot about like, subscribe, all that bullshit. Yeah, make sure you do all that stuff. And train perfectly, fight ferociously, be ready.